I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Welcome back. It's the Midday Muscle. Let's get into it. And we are here to kick off the week with a brand new update from your boy Iain Valliere, following their announcement a few days ago that he was officially launching the first phase of his prep for this year's Olympia. To be completely honest, I'm not sure what he's weighing these days, but it does look like he's absolutely enormous, and that there are a lot of guys out there who would kill to be that big, that lean, and at the starting point of their prep. So even if he goes into the Olympia just being slightly better than he was at the big win in Toronto a few months ago, that in and of itself might be more than enough to get him back into the mix, being a top 10 finisher again this year. Now, in addition to Iain, we have also heard from Brett Wilkins' camp that he's hitting the gas on his Olympia prep recently too. Only in his case, he's coming into this with almost 10 solid months of dedicated training behind him. Out of all the guys who will be on that Olympia stage this year, Brett's the only one who was grandfathered in under the old qualification system because of his big win at the Big Man Weekend at the tail end of last year, which has to be a huge advantage when you look at the amount of time he's been able to pour into making improvements. Now, whether or not he's ready to be lumped into the same category as Iain as a potential top contender this year remains yet to be seen, because it's impossible to know how he's going to stack up here given the fact we've never seen him in this sort of lineup. But given how unpredictable the placings in that top group have been over the last 2 or 3 years, and assuming he does have the size to match up against Iain, at the very least he'll be another wild card that has to be accounted for, which adds another layer of unpredictability to the Olympia stage this year. We've also got some major news coming for you straight out of GoodVito's camp, where they're apparently planning to stay on schedule for his pro debut, despite dealing with that knee injury that he suffered during a guest posing. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not sure what his capacity is, or what they're doing to work around what I imagine must be some pretty significant physical limitations. But in the 1 or 2 training clips that we have seen after that incident, it looks like he's doing a pretty good job of navigating his way around it, which is a pretty wild shift when you consider the fact that the initial reports were that he was going to be done for the season. At this point, it may still be too early to know what sort of impact this will ultimately have on the finished product, but at least for the moment, looks like we are going to see the most highly anticipated rookie debut of the year take place in just under 8 weeks from now. And that'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds as we start getting closer to the show. And lastly, we got to give another get well shout out to our longtime friend of the show, James Hollinshead, who should be well on the road to recovery right now after going under the knife a few days ago for gyno surgery. Now, given the fact he was already planning to sit out for the majority of the season, it's not like this is going to be a major setback that derails any sort of prep, especially for how fast people are able to bounce back from these nowadays. But anytime a person does go into surgery, even if it's cosmetic, they're putting their body through a trauma, and you don't have a crystal ball to know what, if any, complications they might run into. But assuming all goes well here, he should be back up on his feet, doing his thing again relatively soon, which should give a glimmer of hope to all his fans out there who have been dying for him to say that he's going to make a late run at an Olympia qualification some point this year. And that will do it for yet another Midday Muscle. Thanks for listening to me ramble on and on, doing the damn thing. See you next time.